I woke up as a character in a novel. And I had to kiss the male lead, who hated me, every day for 3 years. Or I'd die. After 3 years of forced kisses, the mission was done. I was about to flee at once. But unexpectedly, he imprisoned me and kissed me frantically, forbidding my departure. I've connected to a kissing system. For 3 years. From ages 15 to 18, I kiss someone daily. No breaks allowed. Else I will die. And the one I have to kiss is Dylan. A person who loathes me to the bone. I'm Isabella. By chance, I discovered that I'm actually in a novel. Of course, I'm not the female lead in the book. I'm not even the villainess. I'm just a small stepping stone pushing the plot forward. In the original story, I was the nightmare existence of the male lead during his childhood. Dylan, the male lead, was fostered in the Monroe family and bullied by me and my brother since childhood. The Brooks family collapsed 10 years ago, and out of humanitarianism, Dylan was fostered in my family. But Dylan's status in my family is even lower than that of a servant. He became my toy shortly after arriving at my home. I am his nightmare, the existence he wishes to rid himself of. The worst is yet to come. To retaliate against me, Dylan brought back a girl on my 18th birthday. A girl who bears a striking resemblance to my parents. She is the female lead, Emily, the real heiress, while I am the fake one. After my birthday, my parents kicked me out of the house, and I had no further contact with Dylan. Being pampered for over a decade left me with no survival skills, leading to a miserable life. Dylan didn't take my life, perhaps that was the only mercy he showed me. On my 15th birthday, a voice claiming to be a system sounded in my mind, saying it could help me out of my predicament. Until my 18th birthday, I have to kiss Dylan every day. I can't miss a single day, or else the system will erase me prematurely. Today is my 15th birthday, and the Monroe family has hosted a grand celebration for me. My gaze drifts across the hall and finally rests on a corner. There, a boy hunches over a plate, voraciously stuffing food into his mouth. He is thin, his face pale and slightly sickly. Dylan eats with abandon, chewing vigorously as if he hasn't eaten in days. Suddenly, he looks up, revealing deep, dark eyes that resemble lifeless pools. Our eyes meet, he hesitates, then coldly sets down his plate, turns, and exits through a side door, vanishing into the darkness. I instinctively touch my face. Did I look like I wanted him to leave? Player, you have not completed today's mission, a cold, mechanical voice from the system echoes in my mind. I had just kicked off my high heels and settled on the sofa to rub my feet, but jumped up immediately. Servant told me Dylan was in his room. Dylan, let me in, I call out, knocking, but there is no indication from inside to let me in. Fine, if being nice doesn't work, I'll have to be tough. I gesture, and 2 men in black promptly start to break the door open, one prying it while the other stands guard. Not wanting to wait, I check the time, just enough to take a quick shower. Take him to the basement, and make sure he's handcuffed, I instruct. The men in black respond in a booming voice, yes, miss. Keep it down. Don't wake anyone up, I add. Estimating that the time was about right, I got up and headed to the basement. They were very efficient. They had already brought Dylan down to the basement. Dylan knelt on the ground, his hands bound behind him. He lowered his gaze. His thick eyelashes clearly defined, gently trembling. A touch of sadness curved his lips. Miss Monroe, what do you want now? Turn around and kneel in front of the mirror. There was a large mirror in the basement, originally my dance studio. I didn't want to see my face in the mirror when I didn't want to kiss. Dylan obediently turned around. After confirming several times that he wouldn't break free and hit me, I summoned up my courage, closed my eyes, and kissed him as if resigned to fate. Dylan's lips were soft, like jelly. The moment they touched, it felt like electricity surged through my mind, making me shiver all over. Task completed, the system spoke. I breathed a sigh of relief, blushing, and fled in embarrassment. This was my first kiss with a boy. Although it was just a moment, it left me with some lingering thoughts.